The Postie Bike Challenge from Brisbane to Darwin was the brainchild of Australia's own explorer extraordinaire, Hans Solstra. The journey will take in 4,000 kilometres of road through one state and one territory, and 1,300 kilometres will be ridden on dirt. The Health Service in East Timor, via the Australian Rotary Club, will receive the bikes at the end of the challenge.
In December, I got the quarterly magazine and just had a little ad in the back that said, Postie Bike to Darwin. I just turned around and said to my wife, hey, I'm doing this. Hey, first time in my life I never asked for permission.
Let the challenge begin. 10 a.m, final checks and preparations are finished, and goodbyes have all been said. 80 riders and bikes and a crew of 7 are ready to leave Pro Honda at Rockley on the first stage of this adventure. 10 days at 70 kilometres an hour to the Northern Territory. The first stopover is Gayndah, 365 kilometres away, in the heart of the Queensland orange growing district. Off-road riding is not a strong point amongst the challengers. However, neither is riding on the bitumen. Quite a few riders have only just got their motorbike licences for the challenge.
I got my licence 2 weeks ago.
For an event like this to succeed, one must have at the helm people like Lang and Bev Kidby. Lang is no stranger to the challenging trails of the outback. He has plotted many expeditions. One such adventure was the mapping of the exact centre of Australia. This is what he had to say about day one.
4 minor offs today, which we expected, a lot of beginner riders. One rider has decided to pull out. He's not badly injured, but he feels sore enough that he thinks he's had enough. But the other riders, including a couple of fairly well-aged people, they've jumped back in and it's determined to go to Darwin.
An early, misty morning.
Ready for another one.
Everyone is up and in good spirits and ready to push on to the ghost town of Krakow. The road will be challenging again today, with around 200 kilometres on bitumen and 150 kilometres of dirt before nightfall.
The struggle marks in the sand tell the story.
The Krakow pub was built in 1936 when the town was booming with gold miners. Today's thirsty drinkers at the hotel are mainly cattle people and tourists that have gone off the beaten track.
I saw the first fella come through this morning and I hear the bike, it sounds like a Postie. Oh yeah, some poor bugger's done the 50-kilometre run from Theodore into here to deliver mail, then I find Jill doing a run from Brisbane to Darwin.
I worked real hard for this morning.
This was originally part of Krakow Station. The sound that the whips made after they cracked the stock whips, they're coming back off the hill. It was Krakow. But the locals full of shit, mate, so you know what I mean? Your guess is as good as mine.
Celebrating his 60th birthday, this rider decided to buy himself an unusual present this year and go on the Postie Bike Challenge to the top end to celebrate.
I only went and got a motorbike licence to do this trip. I've done about 20 hours motorbike riding.
The Bohemia Shire is a cattle farming area surrounded by some of Queensland's most beautiful national parks. The main town of Rolleston has a population of 130 and is situated on the Comet River. Although the Shire is the size of Belgium, the total population is only 2,600 people. This is where the group will bed down for the night, at the Rolleston Racecourse.
Well, it's sort of, yesterday was fantastic. Today I thought went well, and then there was just a soft patch before the bitumen, and a couple of riders came off and sort of twisted ankle and I think probably just 2 twisted ankles. But it's sort of sad because if people are out, it's not really what they want. They want to go to Darwin.
The road to Barcaldine, the birthplace of Australia's Labor Party, is 454 kilometres of bitumen. Everyone is eager to get the day started, as the forecast is for hot and dry, and it's a long way at 70 kilometres an hour. With no decent rainfall in this area for around 2 years, farmers are out in force, droving along the outback roads in an effort to keep their cattle fed.
There you go, mate.
Are they all delivering mail or what?
They could be. What are you doing out here, mate?
Driving some cattle. Pretty dry. Pretty dry. Dry as this bitumen.
How long have you been...
Since July.
The mangled back and numbing bum, because it's all at 70 k's. Although, have a quick look. We've done 6 times that today. So just what is a Postie bike? It's a Honda 110cc motorbike, designed mainly for delivering the mail and travelling short distances. It has a 4-speed gearbox and a fuel capacity of approximately 5 litres. That includes the reserve. It's not the most comfortable bike for touring, so the riders have developed their own strategies for combating the ever-invading cramp.
You seen any posties, mate?
Heaps of posties, mate, down that way.
Okay, we'll get you. Thanks, mate.
Kylie and Bev are always first into camp, making sure the site is ready and the masses are fed. Dan's never far behind them with the baggage truck, loaded with the Challengers tents, airbeds and canvas bags. Each arvo, we'd arrive the day we survived, to see the faces all smiley of the white Postie van, crewed by Bev, Dan and Kylie. Gabby Kennard, Australia's first woman to fly solo in a single-engine Piper Saratoga around the world, had this to say about her challenge so far.
Well, I think it's very challenging because I'm a very new rider, and going over dirt and what have you, that, needs all sorts of different techniques that I'm totally, in the dark about, which I'm learning rather quickly. But with reference to my flight around the world, what I noticed with this one is that there's just so much support available. I mean, 3 times yesterday I had some problems, and 3 times there were people there to help, and it was just fantastic.
The group have to choose today whether to travel 150 kilometres on bitumen to Maryborough and spend the rest of the day at the pub, or take the long road through Longreach and stop off to do the touristy things. The Australian Stockman's Hall of Fame could easily be called Australia's History Timeline.
Oh, it's soft. And it's not moving.
But now the country, so you can survive.
Heeding the warning from the old-timer, it's time to travel the 90 kilometres of dirt road and join the others at the pub in the outback town of Maryborough. And the costs. What a joke. Haven't booked one of us to date. That's because at the 80k zone, we have to accelerate. Maryborough is a small town servicing large cattle